when you see these articles and some very smart people on the planet are saying, yes, millions of jobs affected. And then you got people completely on the other side saying, oh, it's going to be fine. We'll figure it out. We always figure it out. Don't worry about it. Where are you in that mix?
Things will change. When I was in automation, we were always talking about this topic. Will this cause people to lose their jobs? I was working in an automation system that operates in a warehouse. So like hundreds of people working in the warehouse. When we put this robot, are they going to lose their job? It has been a topic for so long. The question is, their job will change. Right? And some jobs will disappear. And some jobs are not really good for humans. It's not as humane. I worked in the warehousing business. I spent time in warehouses. You wouldn't want to spend 12 hours in a warehouse with no light, constant noise, doing something repetitive. Like I spent almost 3 days at an Amazon warehouse, and like after the third day, I was like done, super tired, like demoralized. It's not easy emotionally and physically. So just like the phone operators, again, in the beginning of 1900s, right? You used to call, they connect you whoever you want to call. And then they disappeared. We don't have phone operators anymore. You call directly. And was it a bad thing? I think it was a good thing, right? You can call someone directly. Similar to warehouse automation or other automation systems, those are not great jobs for humans. Of course, the transition is the pain. Like when you have the technology, when those people don't have the job, what are they going to do? So that transition time is challenging. Governments will support during that time, probably social security systems to an extent. It's probably a bigger issue in the US than in Europe. There's already a labor shortage in Europe, so these robots are required.
I see.
In the US, we don't have as much labor shortage yet, so it might be a bigger issue down the road. The truth is, automation systems are not as well developed as you would think. So they can't really operate without human in the loop. So you still need people. There's always this lights out warehouse concept. Like robots will do everything. I haven't seen a single warehouse that can do this yet.
Okay. Yep. Are you do you think the white collar laptop jobs are more in danger now because of AI than the physical blue collar jobs are from robotics?
Depends on what you do with the laptop as a white collar. So some, yes. But there's gonna be a need for white collar people to do jobs at their laptop. We have tested writing code using AI.
Okay.
Can we accelerate our software development? It's not great. You can't fully develop a software, maybe a piece of software, one functionality. You can just showcase it, but you can't build a suite of products using AI. So those jobs won't go away, but there are jobs like personal assistants, right?
Yes. I mean, we're almost there. I was just, yeah. I mean, I think everybody will have their own AI. They'll have their own agent or assistant, whatever word you want to use. And you'll use the one you like. If you want to use Llama or ChatGPT or Gemini, what you'll pick your favorite assistant, right? Everybody will have one. We're almost there.
Right. Those jobs will definitely go away. Even like others, like if you have a topic to write about, you can use AI tools. So yeah.
Yeah. You said a key word, and I've done podcast episodes on this, and I put out articles on it. The transition. I couldn't agree more. It's that transition period is what's going to be bloody, so to speak, messy. Okay. I think you're right. I do think, like, quote, we'll figure it out. I think, yes, a bunch of jobs will be eliminated or changed or tweaked, and people will have to move into different professions, and we'll probably settle in, so to speak, as it moves along eventually. But boy, because the change is so massive, so fast, it's going to get blown up for a little bit. And you're right. I totally agree. Whether it's universal basic income or some government assistance or something to help people get through the transition will probably be needed. I mean, you probably already know this. Sam Altman and a bunch of people, they're already testing UBI in a bunch of different places.
Right.
And so I do think there'll need to be some support during the transition, because the change is just so massive, so fast. And boy, I don't want to be the person in charge of figuring that out, figuring out because whatever support system is put in place during the transition, you're going to piss somebody off. Somebody's going to be mad.
Yeah. And not every country will be able to support
that
transition.
too.
So
right.
It's inhumane, but it will be a part of natural selection almost. Like really,
yeah,
it's not great, but that's the reality. I always think about this for our kids, for our children, like
good.
What will they do? What jobs will they perform? What should they be good at? I don't really have a great answer yet, but my wife was telling me the other day, oh, can you imagine my daughter is almost like a backseat driver sometimes? And then can you imagine when she starts driving? I'm like, you know what? Maybe she won't need to drive because
she may. Yeah.
So it's gonna change. Yeah.
That's great. We can wrap it up on that right there. As we wrap it up here. I tell young people all the time, especially as a recruiter, if I'm talking to like a high school kid or a college kid, or even a young professional in their 20s, or my own, I'm thinking about my own granddaughters now. I have 2 granddaughters, and every person I talk to, I say, as a recruiter and as a career coach, I say, look, here's the best way to think about it. Any decision you make around a profession of something you think you might want to do for a living, you need to be asking yourself, can ChatGPT even do it a little bit right now? Can a physical robot even do it a little bit? Because if they can do it a little bit right now, in 10 years from now, they can probably do it really well. So choose your profession wisely, and don't be, for example, I wouldn't go to school to be a copywriter. There's certain things you would just stay away from, because it's going to be affected faster. Even if it's not good enough now, it will be. And so that's what I tell them. Just ask yourself where that job's going to be in 10 years. And remember, it's moving at light speed. Now, I'm not a conspiracy guy, okay, in general. But I actually think they're holding ChatGPT 5 back for various reasons. I think they may be holding back because they're like, okay, the planet's not ready. It's gonna blow things up so fast that they're kind of like, oh man, maybe we should hold here for a second. Now, that's just me guessing. Somebody will listen to this and tell me I'm being crazy, but I mean, just choose your professions wisely. And for your daughter, I mean, by the time she gets in high school, who knows where we'll be?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, we didn't talk about soft skills, but I don't think AI tools will have soft skills the way humans do. So
I hope not.
The strongest, like the most important thing is empathy. So if you have good empathy as a human being, I think that will always distinguish you, even if ChatGPT or another AI tool can do something better than you do.